Arena! Hey, Chris in the house with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are going to... Do you guys hear that? It is Raid's next collab! Yes, we're going to have a Raid and Alien vs Predator collab! Let's go! Now that I'm in a more suitable scenario here with my two new friends, here the Xenomorph and here the Predator, we can talk about the upcoming collab that starts today. Yes, this is a collab that's going to start today, 24th of November, and goes until 24th of February of 2026. Which is a very long collab. We're gonna see a lot of events, a lot of things running into the game. And we're going to start with a loyalty program. Yes, a champion chase that is the Xenomorph chase. Like we had for many champions. The last one, it was Mikey. And now we're going to have Xenomorph as one of the champions that are going to be introduced on this collab. The champion chase starts today. You just need to log in for 7 days to put your hands on Xenomorph itself. And after that, more 7 days to put your hands on his soul. Like we had many before, this is going to be 14 days loyalty program. You just have to log in, do your dailies normally, and you're going to gradually get the champion. This program starts today, 24th of November, and goes up to 26th of December, okay? This is the date. This is how it's going to look like. We had a few already. If you're new to that, you just need to log in, collect every day's rewards. Just it. You're going to have access to the champion Xenomorph in 7 days. Talking about that, Xenomorph here. This dude, it is a dark elf. Yes, believe me, he's a dark elf. He's from the dark elf faction. He's the legendary champion, blue affinity, magic affinity. And let's take a look at his kit. So this is our friend Xenomorph's kit. Let's take a look at it. A1 Chaos Tab. Attack one enemy, places a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Places 3 poisons debuffs if this attack is critical. Okay, 3 poisons on A1, good. Also places a perfect fail buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay, 3 poisons and a perfect veil. Really interesting, A1. Good A1. Infestation, A2. Attack one enemy. Before attacking, places a stun debuff and an infest debuff on the target for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under perfect veil. Places a true fear debuff on all other enemies for 1 turn. Okay. This debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under perfect veil. Passive effect. Okay, he has a passive effect on the A2. Revive this champion with 50% HP and 10 meter whenever our enemy under infest debuff dies. Oh gosh. Looks like the movie. Okay, so if he infests a new debuff, someone with infest dies, he will come back with half HP and half 10 meter. Okay, but what is infest? Infest is this debuff here. What is its effect? If someone affected by infest is killed, half of his HP will be dealt as pure damage that cannot be critical to all other members of the team. If it is a boss, only 1% of the damage will be dealt to all other people. Only 1% if it is a boss. But on champions, half of their max HP will be dealt as pure damage that cannot be critical. Very, very interesting. A new debuff to the game, and a mechanic that fits so much the character. Whoever watched the movie or the series itself, bro, fits perfectly the thematic. Really cool. Really cool. This champion looks like it's going to be annoying. Let's go. Rip and Claw, A3. Attack one enemy 2 times. Deals 15% more damage for each poison debuff on the target. Also places a perfect value on the champion for 2 turns. Okay, looks like he needs to use the A1 before doing the A2 or the A3. Interesting. Passive. Caustic Blood. Whenever this champion is attacked, has a 25% to place poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. Okay, so he does not need. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked if the attack is critical. Okay, if someone gives him a critical, we will be affected by the poison immediately. If an enemy is under poison debuff placed by this champion, decrease their defense by 20%. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Automatically brings him as a really good champion to have on PvE. Also on PvP, but harder. On PvE, he's going to be crazy. Automatically, just because of this passive, he's going to affect whoever attacks him with poisons all the time. He's going to do more damage with the poison and things like that. He will be safe because of the infest. Okay. And he's also going to decrease their defenses by 20%. Really interesting kit. Really interesting kit, and it's going to be a free champion that everybody is going to have access in 7 days from now. That's really cool. Really cool. I love it. Just by that, I love it. I think it's really interesting. Really fits the character. So they did their job, and look at the visuals. Look at the visuals, bro. The champion's perfect. The Raids art team makes all the collabs champions perfect to the thematic. Oh my god, congratulations, team. That was crazy, crazy. I just didn't understand why Dark Elves, for me, looks like more Lizard Man or something like that. But we're gonna have a Lizard Man. Yes, we're going to have a Lizard Man. Let's go to it. That takes us back to our friend here, the Predator. That is going to be a Lizard Man Force Affinity Red champion. That it is HP based. And how are we getting this champion? This is less little free-to-play friendly. This is going to be a pass. Yes. We're going to have a pass for this champion, exactly like we had for He-Man back in the days, or Shanna back in the days. We are going to have the basic version of it, when you're going to have in the final access to a Predator avatar. And if you buy the pass with at least his first form, you're going to have the champion in the end of it. You're going to have access to Predator as a champion in the end of it. The pass is exactly like any other pass that we had, Forge Pass or Champion Pass. We're gonna have rewards every day that you need to do the missions to get access to it. There is the free version and the paid version. Okay? And what are the Predator's kit? That's what we are going to discover now. This is our friend Predator here, and his kit is this one. Let's take a look at it. He's a legendary champion from the Lizardman faction, HP-based Force Affinity, that has Blade as his A1, that does an attack on one enemy, and he used this champion by 30% of the damage dealt. Interesting. Oh, has a passive on the A1. That's not something very common. Whenever this champion successfully evades an enemy's Q, and all of its accompanying effects counterattacks with this Q. Oh, so he punishes the enemy if he evades. And evade is one of the strongest mechanics of this game, but not very common. I think there are 3 champions at maximum that has it. Okay, let's see. A2, Smart Disc. 3 turns cooldown when fully booked. Attack all enemies 2 times. After hitting the initially selected enemy, all other enemies will be hit in a random order. For the first hit, the damage received by the initially selected enemy will be 75% increased. Okay, so the first target, the one that you select, is going to be hit harder on the first hit. 75% more damage. Each subsequent enemy hit following the initial hit will receive 15% less bonus damage. reduces to 15% bonus damage. Okay, so the first one receives more damage. Okay. Then after that is going to be gradually reduced by 50% for each target hit. So the last guy hit has only 50% damage upgrade. Interesting, but very different. Also destroy each enemy's max HP by 30% of the damage dealt. Stacks up to 50%. Good. For the second hit, oh, that was just the first hit? Crazy. For the second hit, the damage received by the initially selected enemy will be increased by 15%. Each subsequent enemy hit following the initial hit will receive 15% bonus damage. It stacks us. Okay, so the first target that you select receive a very high damage on the first hit, and it's going down after the first hit. The second hit is the opposite. The first target will receive a lower damage and is going up until the last target. Really different mechanic. Really different mechanic. This attack will ignore 50% of each target's defense if this champion is under veil or perfect veil. Okay, like the alien, the Predator also has a mechanic around veil or perfect veil. Interesting. This is a very complex skill. We need to know how good is this damage and this progression of damage to see if it is worth it or not. And is a HP based nuker. Interesting. A3 comb stick throw. 3 turns cooldown and fully booked. Attack one enemy. Before attacking, places a hunter's gaze debuff for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under veil or a perfect veil. If this attack kills an enemy, places a block revive debuff on the target and a hunter's gaze debuff on a random alive enemy for 1 turn. The hunter's gaze debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under veil or perfect veil. If this attack does not kill an enemy, places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns and fills the turn meter by 50%. Okay, so as a hunter that the Predator is, he puts a mark on his target. And what does Hunter's Gaze do? If you don't remember, this is a debuff introduced by the Chimera Lion form that does have this effect here. So basically, it is going to ignore all the defensive buffs that are there, unkillable shield, block damage, whatever. Everything but evade is going to be ignored when hitting someone with the Hunter's Gaze. Oh gosh, so he's really a hunter and someone's marker to die. And if he's able to fully hunt his prey, he's going to transfer the mark to the random enemy. This is crazy. And if he's not able to hunt his prey, he's going to recover half of the turn meter. Okay, very interesting. The first time that we have someone with Hunter's Gaze outside of the Chimera. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy and might be very dangerous. We're gonna need to see how the strategies are going to be around that, because it's a very powerful debuff, and if you have Perfect Veil, it's going to be unresistible, and it's going to have Block Revive as a result of it. It can be a one-hit KO maybe, and is a HP-based champion. Crazy, 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 crazy. And the passive, Yauja Clock. At the start of each round, places a perfect veil buff on the champion for 1 turn. Good, really good combos with the kit. Before the champion takes a turn, also has an initial 50% of chance to evade an enemy skill and all of his accompanying effects. These initial chance reduced to 0% after the champion's first turn in a round. Okay, so until if it reviews itself like any hunter, it has like a really good chance of evading anything thrown that is thrown on him. And if he's able to evade, he's going to counterattack with an A1, which is good. Good. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, grants this champion a 20% chance to evade enemy's skill and accompanying effects stacks up to 60%. Okay, so it has a cumulative evade chance after killing targets. Okay, so 20%, then 40%, then 60% with the third target. Crazy. Crazy, really cool mechanic, and also has increased ally HP in all arena battles by 35%. Really interesting kit. Really different and really interesting kit. We're gonna need to test that. I'm anxious to test that on the test server because this looks like a really, really powerful kit to a nuker. Let's see if the multipliers are good, because a nuker that doesn't have a good multiplier is automatically bad. So everything here depends on how good is the multipliers that they are going to apply on Predator to see if it's a worth champion or not to buy these pests. Okay, so two very, very, very well designed art champions with very interesting kits that really fits the champion's thematic and their universe. It was perfectly bound to Raid universe. That's crazy. The team really did a good job on that. Our team and the team that created the kit made a really good integration between the two universe, Raids and the Predators and the Aliens universe. That is amazing, amazing. Okay, so that's the collab. Raid is going to start today. Raid against Alien and Predator. Whoever wins, Telarius loses. This is really interesting. This is really interesting. Remembering, guys, every champion that we see here during this collab, Predator and Xenomorph, the other way around, Xenomorph and Predator, are only going to be available in the game, to be obtainable, to say like that, during the collab duration. Okay, after that, the champions that you acquired will stay with you, but you're not going to be able to acquire them anymore. Okay, so have that in mind. If you're not getting this champion during this collab, you're not going to be able to collect them after it finishes. Okay, but if you get the champion during the collab, they will going to stay with you forever and never. You stay in my heart at night. So, enjoy this kind of content. Do not forget to hit the like button, to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, and remember, it's all about arena.